New Hampshire is a coastal northern state, rich in history and adorned with scenic white mountains, lush forests, and tranquil waters. But even in all its captivating beauty, there is a darker side. These are 5 haunted places in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire State Hospital, Concord, New Hampshire. This historic building, built in 1842, was known as the New Hampshire Asylum for the Insane, though its name was later changed to the New Hampshire State Hospital in 1901. The structure has been updated and added to over the years, but the original hospital still stands as a reminder of an era that saw many deaths due to disease and disregard to the mentally ill. Reports of cold spots, elevators that start on their own, and paper files thrown off of tables are only some of the strange phenomena that happens here. Could it be that the footsteps that are heard here are the patients looking for help? Or is it something else that makes the workers here feel that they are not alone?
Kimball Castle, Guilford, New Hampshire. This castle was built in 1897 by Benjamin Ames Kimball and was owned by the family until the last remaining family member, Charlotte Kimball, died in 1960. She stated in her will that the property be used as a nature preserve and never for commercial purposes. This never happened, and it is believed that her spirit is one of the many Kimball family to roam the grounds, perhaps dissatisfied with her wishes being ignored. She is thought to be responsible for some of the strange phenomena that takes place in the castle to this day. Loud, unexplained noises, lights turning on and off by themselves, and even a pair of antique clocks which were long since dead that have suddenly started working again. The presence in the castle is decidedly unwelcoming, and it is apparent that someone or something wants to be left alone.
Dover Mills, Dover, New Hampshire. Nestled along the Cocheco River sits one of the many warehouses that make up the Dover Mills. Years ago, the main mill caught fire, burning most of it down due to the responding firefighters not having equipment suitable to reach the top floors of the building. This resulted in many innocent lives lost. Many witnesses claim that the sounds of machinery can be heard throughout the mill, long after workers have gone home. Lights can be seen coming from the higher levels of the mill at all hours, and a single light in the basement that never goes out, despite that the access to the basement has been blocked for years. When alone in either of the 2 main towers at the entrance of the building, one can hear faint noises, which, although undetermined, resemble the tortured screams of the souls who remain trapped for eternity.
The Chase House, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. This house was built in the late 19th century as a home for orphan children, which later became a court-appointed children's home. Stories say a young girl took her own life by hanging herself in her room, and her spirit can now be seen at night lurking in the hallway. When approached, she reportedly runs away and vanishes. Some witnesses claim they've even heard her screams from inside her former room. She is also blamed for turning lights on and off, playing with the ceiling fans, as well as opening and closing doors. Some have even been locked behind unsuspecting visitors.
Vail Cemetery, Wilton, New Hampshire. This 16th century cemetery is haunted by the Blue Lady, a quiet woman who in life was known as Mary Ritter. Her death is still somewhat of a mystery, as there is speculation as to how she died. Some say she was taken and sacrificed by a cult, and others believe she got into a dispute with her husband and he buried her alive. Regardless of how she died, she forever roams the grounds. However, she does not appear as a full-bodied apparition, but as a blue mist of light that hovers over her grave. Other strange occurrences that take place at Vail End include flashlights and electronic devices having the power drained out of them as visitors wander through this cemetery. Not all of the spirits at Vail End are friendly, however. There are some spirits that haunt Vail End that are of a darker nature. Wampanoag folklore tells of a short, troll-like demon haunting southern New England in response to the massacre of a tribe of Native Americans by British soldiers. In a place filled with so much death and despair, there is little wonder that the living find the dead at every turn, and some leave with a story or two to tell.